that reviewed cases to determine whether they would be suitable for Article III prosecution.
Right, and there's a number of us here, led by the chair, Senator Durbin, who've called for really closure of Guantanamo. It's been, it's millions of dollars. People are there, 19 of them, without any trial whatsoever. And a recent UN report found that 19 of the men who remain there have never been charged with a crime, which is a continued violation of their rights, but of the rights of victims and their families. Can you tell us about your work on that team and what you concluded about the ability to try suspected terrorists in federal court?
Senator, I believe two things would preclude me from answering much of your question. One is the classified nature of what I reviewed, but also the second is part of your question, I think, goes to the canons. But I can't answer this part of it, which is we were privileged as part of a team in the Southern District of New York during a critical period of time where the office was going to determine if cases were suitable for Article III prosecution, which means that no matter how bad you are, no matter what you're charged with, you get the full rights and remedies that all Americans get. And there was one case that I'm sure, Senator Welch, you're aware of, that was tried in the Southern District of New York while I was there. It was the case against Ahmed Gayalani. And my colleague, who this panel and the Senate recently confirmed to be a United States District Judge in in New Jersey, he tried that case. And that was deemed suitable for Article III prosecution. It was determined by people much above my pay grade that many of those cases would not be suitable for Article III prosecution.
Well, so just setting aside the policy debate, and I know this is, the policy set here, not by you, what's your understanding of the law as it relates to the indefinite detention of suspected terrorists without charging them with a crime?
Senator, there's two short answers to that. First, it's been so long since I've been close to it that I really don't know. And secondly, I would say, there are habeas cases that are brought all the time in Article III courts, and if I was so fortunate to be confirmed, I would be in the Southern District of Florida, which is not that far away. So I would not want to comment upon even a possible habeas case that could come before me.
Judge Austin, I just want to, I know you've done some work in drug courts.
Yes.
Right? And that's a big deal in Vermont. As a matter of fact, our senior status revered Judge Sessions wants to spend a lot of time on drug courts. I happen to be a big believer in them. They save money, but it's more than that. It really has had a real impact on recidivism. Most of the people there have a real substance abuse problem that sometimes then morphs into a criminal situation. So I just want to ask you about the Bridge program, and I know you preside over that as a magistrate judge, and can you just discuss your experience with that program in South Carolina and how you see that program being beneficial to the justice system?
Yes, Senator. I actually that's one of the fun parts of my job as presiding over a Bridge court. Yes, sir. I call it the fun part of my job. The individuals that are entered into Bridge Court, there's been a determination by the U.S. Attorney's Office and the Probation Office that the foundation of the reason why they are in federal court is their drug use. And so in drug court, what we try to do is give them tools and resources. We provide them with mentors to try and help them address the drug use issue and any other issues that might be kind of forcing them or pushing them in that direction. Sometimes it's education. Sometimes it's homelessness. Issues like that. If we can help them address that, help them find jobs,
So you have the resources that
Absolutely.
are available through the court process to assist and follow up?
Yes, sir. So our probation office assigns each individual to a drug counselor. They're assigned mentors. There's also mentors, excuse me, in the legal community. We have attorneys who come in and act as mentors as well to these individuals. We help them find jobs. And then we have meetings meetings every 2 weeks. They come into court. And the first thing I ask them is, tell me something good. Tell me something good that happened to you in the past 2 weeks. And it's interesting because the first time they come in, it's like, I don't know anything that happened that was good. But I'm like, you made it 2 weeks without using drugs.
Yeah, that is good.
So let's start there. And then, by the end, they're talking and they're telling me everything that's going on. But I really enjoy the drug program. I believe that the majority of our individuals who graduate are successful. And I think it just helps them when they return back into the community. They have tools that they can use to make sure that they stay on the right track.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I thank all the nominees. I yield back.
Thank you, Senator Welch.